Okay, so we're back today with episode 2 of my Salford save, which I'm just going to get loaded up now. In this save, what we're doing is getting Salford from the bottom of the league, or the bottom of the leagues, up to the top, and hopefully making them the best team in, hopefully, the world. But first aim is Manchester. In the first save, we went over tactics. I set up an attacking, balanced, and a defensive tactic, kind of for all times. Now what we're going to be looking to do today is having an actual look at the team that we've got, having a look if the team complement the tactics I've set up, and whether there's anyone that, or any positions where we're lacking the depth that we require. So we'll jump straight in. Obviously, if you kind of like what you've been watching, make sure you do like the video and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. And obviously, if you've got any opinions on what I'm doing, make sure you comment and let me know, because it'd be great to kind of get you guys involved in what we're doing and building the, I suppose, community from there with this. So we'll look at our balance formation. Our attacking and defensive formation are based solely off of this. So when I was setting this up, I had in mind kind of what I was going to be doing. So the idea was to have Rory Gaffney here as the deep lying forward. Yeah, I know he's not the best deep lying forward, and then Adam Rooney as the poacher. These are kind of the two key men in the team. You can also see that we do have some other good strikers. Jack Redshaw last year was one of my favourite players, and he stayed with me for, I believe it was like 3-4 seasons, until eventually he just wasn't good enough anymore. He was dropping out of the team as he went. But if you have a look at Gaffney's stats as a deep lying forward, let's just get him loaded up. He's not the worst in the world. Obviously, we're in the lower leagues. These players aren't going to be amazing, but I just like the way a deep line forward works, and the attack kind of, they're there just to create as many opportunities as possible, which works. They're kind of pressing on that back line, which is great. So stats aren't great for it, but he'll do a job, and I think in the attack we've got some very good strikers. We've also got Matt Green, who, if I jump down here, let's chuck him in. So we've got Matt Green, who's out injured at the moment. He's also quite a good player for the league. Once again, look at the stats, they're nothing special, but he's got relatively decent physicals at least, and some good mental attributes in there. Some of them aren't great, like 9 decisions. He's going to be a bit rash, and he's also 31, so realistically we're going to want to have a look. My aim is to try and bring someone through from the under 21s, but at the moment our 3 most expensive, so probably our 3 best are out on loan somewhere. So we've got Dudley, who's a right winger who doesn't look great, but apparently he's got a bit of potential, but he's not going to be kind of anywhere near. I don't think there's anyone here at the moment they're going to be up to the standard that we're going to be looking for in order to carry us to the top tier. I think one of the best things we can do at the moment, obviously given we've got, well, next to no money, we can go and look networking, and we're going to want a senior affiliate. What a senior affiliate does is, if you don't, or if you aren't aware, they're able to provide you kind of players on loan from kind of a bigger team. So if, for example, we got given Chelsea with the senior affiliate, what they'll do is, similar to what Chelsea do with Vitesse, is they will provide different players throughout to me on loan with no charge at all, and they'll actually pay me money each year to do so. It will help the club's finances, and what we'll do is we can take some of the not so good players on loan. So for example, if we were in the Championship, Mason Mount went out on loan to the Championship this year, so it's something where we'd be able to get him. Obviously at the moment that's a really extreme idea, because if you look at it, we're nowhere near that level where they'd want to send him here, but let's just see what they say. So we'll say we want to sign some good players without their wages, which I think is quite fair, and the chairman, Karen's happy with that. She agrees that it's a great idea. Then what else can we? So that's going to step 1. Now we'll go back to our tactics and have a look at who we've got. So if we go, I've started with the striker, so we may as well work our way down. So on the right wing, obviously I'm playing wing, and I'm not playing with a right mid. Just a bit more attack on that right hand side, I think, and hopefully it'll work. I don't know, we'll see. So we've got Gaffney up front, but we've also got we've got Danny Lloyd here who works as an inside forward. I've got more wingers as a tackle at the moment, but inside forward's probably not the worst idea. So look, he's not very quick. He's not very well. He is quite quick. He doesn't get to the speed quick enough. He can play the whole way across the midfield, which is quite nice. So when we push in our attacking formation, we can always flip him over and bring Gaffney over to the right and sub Redshaw on. But he's got some like natural fitness, pace, and stamina aren't too bad. But we're going to be looking over here. So he's got okay crossing. 12 crossing isn't the worst, it's not the best, but he's good. He's quite, especially for the lower leagues, he's quite good on the ball and he can finish quite well. So it's something that I think we need to kind of have a look at and keep focus on here, that he's actually quite technically gifted for the position he's in, especially for the lower leagues, and hopefully he can pull some miracles off. If we have a look at him as a winger, his main attributes here are quite good. It's just the acceleration and agility. I think he could be quite clumpy on the ball, but we'll find that out. I think at the moment Dan Lloyd's the best bet. If we, I don't know why this is being a pain, but we've also got on loan Dennis Politan, so we'll just have a look at him as well. So my main, very good potential, nowhere near as technically gifted, nowhere near, but physically is a lot more all round. Kind of 12 acceleration, 11 agility, 12, 12, 12 down here on the pace, stamina, and natural fitness side. And then if you look at his mentals, they're all quite rounded. He's not very determined though, and also the fact he's 18, he's Romanian, he's on loan from Bolton. Would I not prefer to get a young 18-year-old Englishman in to bring up to, so when we get up to the Premier League, we're not worried about kind of registering him, and we can go from there with it, which is always quite a good thing. So Politan is a very good substitute, but I think Danny Lloyd's going to be my starting player. So if we go from over here on the right wing, I'm going to leave him as a winger at the moment. I've got him on attack, but I'm not too sure about this now. 1 second. So the winger hugs the touchline, whereas an inside, no, because of, if we remember what we've done, we focus through the middle. I need to change them wingers. So I want this side to be an inside forward on support. So he's going to work hopefully quite nicely with Gaffney. Lloyd crosses it across to Gaffney. Gaffney nods it on to Rooney, who's obviously that poacher. He's aiming to be hassling the kind of back line, slipping in and tapping it in. So hopefully it works like that. It probably won't. I'm probably asking too much, but what we'll do is we'll wait and see. So we'll go over to the left side. I've still got my winger on attack. I'm now debating a wide playmaker, but we'll have a look who we've got and see what stats we've got. Instantly, this is ringing alarms to me. Danny Lloyd, who I've already decided I want to use on the right hand side, I know he was strong here, but we've got Tom Walker. Tom Walker was great when I used him previously, but he's got good potential, but at the moment he's not quite there. But he's a young Englishman, and that's what I like about him. I think, once again, I was a bit too bold on my kind of positive formation. We want it to be a supporting role. I don't want to have loads of attacking players. I only got the one in the team, which is ridiculous really, but the way I want to play, I think the supporting roles are going to play. So I have changed what I went with last time, and oh well, life goes on. But Walker is my preferred choice. It's something where I'm going to get him playing here. I could always train him to kind of come back as one of my wing backs, because I don't know, he can play in the defensive roles, but statistically it's not going to be great. So if you have a look, he's not got bad physicals, to be fair, not great at all, but they're not awful, and with the potential, if we played him enough, he's going to get good, and it's one that we'll probably get a bit of money for down the line. At the moment, Walker's the choice, but if we have a look, the only other option we've got is Ibu Toure. So he's our left back, and he can play left, and even then, he's an absolutely horrendous left back. So I think if what I'm going to write down here is that we need to sign another left mid. I'd be surprised if anyone doesn't agree. If you don't, obviously let me know. It'd be great to find out what you think we need. But at the moment, I think a left midfielder would be great, preferably a winger. So, especially with the wing back coming up. But then can Walker play as a? He's not a wide playmaker. If I sign a wide playmaker, I'll definitely play one. Just kind of sit out there, crossing the ball in, kind of feeding it through. But we'll go from there. At the moment, I think Walker is the best choice on the left-hand side. Right. Central midfield is something as you can see, we have an abundance of players. Yeah, Gansey is our best, and then Devante Redmond. They're two that I was aware of being the better players, but let's have a look at them. So, Gansey is more of a centre defensive, but as you can see, he's natural as a centre mid as well. Near enough the same situation. If we have a look at his stats, he is probably one of our better players overall. He's good at marking, passing. He's okay, and once again, nothing special. I don't expect anything else from this lower division. If we're going to find someone, maybe we'll bring in a legend. Should we sign an ex-pro? Should we have a look at who there is and maybe make a bit of a list together and maybe put it to a vote and see who we should sign? Knowing if I do that, we're going to end up with Nicholas Bentner, but that's not the aim. We want to actually get a player in who's going to do good, but we don't need a centre mid. At the moment, I think if we have a look at his stats, all round, good physicals, he's got good mentals for what he needs. Don't get wrong, flair. 8 flair. He's not going to be going around doing rainbow flicks and flip-flaps around the pitch. It's just not going to happen, but he is a good player, and I think he's going to be carrying the midfield, so I'm more than happy with Gansey. So, 1 second. For some reason... Oh, I'm having a nightmare with this, aren't I? Oh, wow. Do that. If anyone knows how to fix this, it'd be greatly appreciated, because that's just going to annoy me having to do that every time. Right, so then, as we said, Devante Redmond. Once again, very good player. He's more of an advanced player, but I'm going to be using him as a deep-lying playmaker. Great first touch, very good passing and technique for where we are. And once again, look at the potential. He's going to get good. He's performing at Sky Bet League 2 level, which is fine because we're nothing better. If anything, we're worse. We're in the National League, look. So he's already performing at a league above where we are, so keeping hold of him and Gansey are going to be very difficult. But 21-year-old English player who's got great potential. Needs to be better at heading according to the reports, but he could improve significantly, which is always good to hear. And we want to bring these players through and push them up. So that'll be my starting midfield. But then if we have a look, we've also got Maynard, Glynn. We've got nothing near as good as what we've already got, but we've got some backups. Like Maynard will do as a backup probably on the left hand side. But even then, look at them stats. They're vile. Technically, he's appalling, but he's got some very good, some better kind of physicals down here with stamina and strength. He's just a lump, and he's got some good mental attributes like his work rate, and he's a great team player. He's got some of the great stats you need in a team, but he's massively missing some of the things I'd want. So at the moment, this is how I'd be setting up. Right, left back we are lacking. Here we've got James Jones, who is not even a left back; he's a centre back. He's 19. And he gets 2.5 stars. He is crap. So we need so far a full. We need a left hand side. We need a left mid cover, and then we already had a look at Ibutororio. Let's have a look again at how poor he really is, and this is what they're trying to push up the league with. So that's fine. We need a new left back. I'm going to put that down here. We need a new left back. So the shopping list so far, from what I've seen here, is we need a new left back and we need a new left mid. Right, so going from there, we're going to have a look at our centre backs. We've got, I'm assuming, the best centre back in the league, or definitely up there, but he's 33. So you can have a look. He is by far, he's a 4-star player for kind of our team, but he's 33, and that's a massive problem. Because we can have him for this season, but I can't be using a 33-year-old next year with 8 pace. He's a great centre back, and he's kind of a no-nonsense. Well, he's not a no-nonsense central defender, but he will be a no-nonsense centre back. He's got very good mentals. He's a leader. He'll be our captain by far. Great. He's got what we need for the season. Nathan Pond will last the season, and that is it. I don't want to be having him next year. I'm playing as a ball playing, so let's have a look here. First touch of 7 with a technique of 8 isn't great, but he's got 12 passing, so we hope it could work out. I'll risk it. If it doesn't work, we can change it later on, but I like having ball playing defenders. And then Hogan, I believe he was with them last season. Let's have a look. If I remember rightly, yeah, it was there last season. I remember using him. And he's our second best centre back. I'm not too confident in our centre back department, as we have, once again, 33, 29. We only have Old Wood. Have a look here at Pigiani. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but that's how I said it. So yeah, he's 26. He's a bit younger. Good strength, good jumping reach, but not really a ball playing again. His passing's 9, technique 9, first touch 9. He's lacking some severe technical stats we need, so we'll have to go in for, I think, another centre back as well if possible. Hopefully, we can grab one on loan from the feeder club we've just gone for. But at the moment, a centre back is definitely on the shopping list. And then almost there. So we've got a right back. Once again, we need, look at that, we need a right back. Okay, so there's no point even looking anywhere else. At the moment, Scott Wiseman's our right back. He's a good right back. 32 though, once again, he's old, but technically he's got what we need. Physically, we're not playing a no-nonsense, we're playing a wing-back. Was it wing-back or complete wing-back? Let me just double check. No, just wing-back. So let's have a look at how his stats line up. As a wing-back, he isn't that quick at all, but he's got the stamina, and that's what I need. Gunning up and down the pitch, we're going to need some good stamina and natural fitness, but the physicals otherwise aren't great up here, especially with 9 pace. It could be quite, I don't think he's going to hold out. But if we go down to the technical side, he's actually kind of got what you're looking for here. 12 passing, 12 tackling. Where's his crossing at? 11 dribbling. I think he'll actually be quite good on the wing. He's going to take him about a year to get there, so I think Scott Wiseman's going to need a backup as well, if not a replacement. We'll see who we can bring in. And then goalkeeper wise, I'm quite happy with the 2 we've got. I'm more than happy to bring through. Oh, defensive sweeper. What's the difference between support, straight outside the penalty box, and look to play counter-attacking pressure, play counter-attacking balls when they are more cautious? No one wants more cautious. Right, so that's at the moment the starting 11. Whether that's a good thing or not, at the moment I'm going to be relying on my 30-year-old Irish striker, who I think is going to be my best, or good old Ginger Rory Gaffney, which is fine. That's fine. So what we should best do also, because we didn't do it last time, is let's quickly do the meetings. So always say I'd love to learn more about club. I do have some philosophies I'd like to introduce. We're going to look to kind of introduce the young players. Yeah, let's introduce ourselves to the journalists. Great. Great to see a summary. Second opinions. I've done this so many times I kind of know what I'm clicking. If we get him doing general for all of the squads, friendlies, yeah, we don't want to do the friendlies. I never do the friendlies, never have. Maybe I should, but I just don't. Team talks, I'll do. Opposition instructions, I like them doing because we often end up picking the same things. Youth teams, yep, and use my tactics in the youth teams to help them ones coming through. And press conferences, I'll deal with that, and I never go into it. They never touch my agent offers. No, not having that, that'd be ridiculous. Okay, so a background. They won the English Northern Premier League Division 1 North and the Vanarama National League North, and that's how we are where we are today, going up and going to keep going up. We're going to get better. So, strengths. Look, we have ample strengths. There's loads of them here. A really healthy wage budget for the division, which I'm probably going to deplete. Defensively, a superb option. But right, let's have a look at the weaknesses. This is important. The defensive depth, we pointed that out. Left back, centre back, and right back are all lacking depth. Could do with more than just then Gansey being able to play in the defensive midfield. We're not playing a defensive midfielder, so we've got the centre mids to cover, but we would, if we can get one in, we'll probably get one in. We'll have a look. The right wing, we've got more than Lloyd on the right wing. I think they're just being funny there. We've got Politan, as we said, as our backup, so I disagree with that. I think we'll be okay. There's not a great deal of quality outside the first team. Completely couldn't agree more. It's shocking. Tackling, we have bad tackling stats, bad command of the area, awful kicking, awful throwing. We're not good at one-on-ones. We're not good. We haven't got a good goalkeeper with good reflexes, and our goalkeepers are generally quite eccentric. Great. So there's going to be some really bad situations. So here we are. Contracts. 1 year left, Devante Redmond. I know for a fact now, if I can get him on £500 a week again, I will do that. If I can get him on a 3-year deal? 3-year deal at £575 a week, thank you very much. Because I don't want to lose a player like that. He's class. Nathan Pond will review later in the season. He's 33. 22, Tom Walker. I want to keep hold of Tom Walker. I like him. Let's see if we can get him on a little bit less. If we try 750, 875, how about 800? £800 a week on another 2-year deal. More than happy with that. Right, so that's 2 of them. Pond, like we said, no, not at the moment. Couldn't. Mark Shelton, he's a hot prospect coming through in the centre mid. So we've only got a year left. Good potential. Should we extend him for a year? We can trigger an extension and we'll do that. Who else? We've got Danny Whitehead. Once again, good potential. Some very good stats actually there in the centre attacking mid. I don't play attacking mid at the moment, so I have to. I don't want to lose him though. Gansey I know I want. He's one of my more expensive players. I'll give him £1,000. 1.2. 1.2. 1.3. There we go. That's a bit better. New deal for him. He was on, where is Gansey? I've lost him. He was on £1,000, so he's taken a little bit of a pay rise, but we get to keep him for a couple of years. He's a good player. We've got some good youngsters coming through here. Kieran Glynn, 20, good potential. Centre mid. 4 tackling, that is shambolic. I don't think, no. That's it for now. That's where we're going to leave it. Right, so what we'll do now is let's have a look at the next step. So we pointed out some positions we needed, and first let's have a look at who's around. So Dexter Blackstock, he's been around for years. He's 32. He was at Forest for Jesus ever. Went off to Leeds, played 4 games, but I remember him, yeah, back in QPR Southampton days. Jesus. He's still around. He wants a lot of money, but apparently he's going to be an incredibly good signing for us. He's a striker though, and that's not what we're looking for, so we'll just discard that. Lewis Buxton, English 34, once again, been around and about. A good right back, could be the cover right back we're looking for. However, let's be serious, he's 34. And he wants that much money. It's just not going to happen. Nile Ranger, he went. Did he go to prison or was he accused of rape or something? Let's have a quick look. So Nile Ranger, what was he in trouble? I know he gets a lot of kind of jeers at him. Let's have a quick look here. So Nile Ranger. Let me put. Oh, he committed bank fraud. So yeah, Nile Ranger was committing fraud, but he's a very, very good player. And he's one that I'd actually really consider if I don't have to spend all that much money on him. He's very good, and I think he'd actually be a very good signing for us. As they say, a superb signing. Just knowing from watching him play in real life, he's a very good player for the lower leagues. He was, where was it? Bolton? Oh, Southend. Yeah, Southend he was at. And Yeah, he's good. I'll acknowledge that. I'll consider that. That's a potential. Okay, so the first one where it's a well, the first one they've advised with a potential 5-star 18-year-old centre back. I don't think I put down a centre back, did I? Well, no, I did put down a centre back. Depth was horrendous. I'll consider him. Harry Darling. Oh, Harry Darling. Well, that can be said camp, can't it? But look at the stats already at 18. He's better than our centre backs we've got. So this is one that could definitely come in. If passing's alright, it'll do the job. Right, Harry Darling, you are being considered. Let's add you to the shortlist for a month. We'll go back to the shortlist later. Okay, so they're the recommendations they've given me. Now let's have a look at what's actually out there. We'll have a look from doubtful upwards. We might be able to pick up someone good. So if we go first things first, I don't want to spend money. I'm sure you don't want to see me spend loads of money. And also, we don't have a lot of money to spend. So let's have a look. What have we got? Expired contract. Just a little thing that I always find helpful. General world reputation. If we go down to decent, Nikko Cranshaw. Right. Now this is a player that is well above our league. Nikko Cranshaw will end up somewhere else. I think even if we go for him, he'll end up somewhere else. Paris FC and Orleans. Yes, he's 33, but look at the technical stats and the mentals. I don't want to have a look at the physicals. 5 pace, 4 acceleration, 7 natural fitness and 7 stamina. But we need a left mid. And it'd be great on that attack. He's not worth it, but we've scouted him just because it'd be interesting to see what they say. If we change it to OK, Nikko Cranshaw is, compared to every other footballer, desperate to go somewhere. So nominal. Here we go. Let's see who we have got. Lewis Buckton we've already looked at, and same with Dexter Blackman. So, let's sort this by position first. So we need a left midfielder. So let's have a look if there's any left mids. Nathan Arnold, 30, or Frank Musa. He's been around. Right, so let's have a look at Arnold first. He's English. 30 years old. Got some decent technical stats. But he was with us on loan before for 3 games he played, which is, he obviously wasn't good enough for them to want to keep him, so we could potentially bring him back. But the pace and acceleration is really concerning, so we're going to ignore him. Frank Musa, he's been about a lot. So Gillingham, Walsall, Southend, Charlton. I watched him at Gillingham and I watched him at Charlton. Never amazing, but he wasn't bad. For the lower leagues again, he's probably a good player. Like, look at, he's agile. He's got good acceleration, good pace, stamina's pretty poor, natural fitness is 5, so that is not happening because I'm relying on my wingers and the width to do a lot of running in this, so that's just not happening. Right, so left mid is not a thing. Then, if we have a look at left backs, the only one we've got is Aziz Dean, who is a Sierra Leonean, which is a mouthful. He has the physical stats we want from our wing back. Look at that. 13 acceleration, 12 agility, 13 pace, 12 stamina. But that's all he's good at. We go over here to the mentals and he is shocking. He concentration of 6. Like, what's he going to be doing? He's just going to be like, oh, baby pigeon. No, we need to be concentrating on the pitch. And then technically he is shite, so I'm walking straight away from that, not even considering it. Let's have a look if I lower the... we go to minimal, and then everyone's going to appear, so we don't want to do that. So left back's on the free, no. Centre back. Sean St. Ledger. He's been around for years, but he's 33. I don't need a 33-year-old with 4 pace. No, that's not happening. Carly Osborne. Why do I recognise him? Well, he's just been around for years. That is a proper journeyman. Right, Carly Osborne. Now there's some good physical stats that we're looking for. Great jumping reach, good pace. Natural fitness is 6 isn't great, but 15 strength. He's a bit of a bit of a beast, could be a decent cover player, but I just once again fear this natural fitness of 6. There is no point having someone who can't last 90 minutes. Right, Ryan Creswell. Been around quite some been around for quite some time. 16 heading, 12 marking, 12 tackling, jump, 7 pace, 10 natural fitness, 14. He is the ultimate no-nonsense centre-back here, isn't he? He's not going to fit what I'm looking for with my pass it out of the back, but if I was looking for no-nonsense, I'd probably consider him just to go through a few people. So Granderson we're going to look at next. Granderson has 10 pace, 10 natural fitness, which isn't great, but it's not the worst. Compared to some of the other ones we looked at, it's actually quite good. If we go to the ball playing, that's where we're going to be playing. Great, 12 jumping reach, 13 strength, 11 stamina, which is good. Not very good at concentrating again, but he's very determined. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with 17 flair on a centre back, but I might sign him just for that reason, to see how bold he really is. So I'm going to give him a scout report and definitely consider that. We could struggle with the work permit though, so we'll have to take that into account. And then Remy Street. So he's 23, he's on the free, and by God is he the best player we've looked at so far in regards to the physicals, but that will probably come with the age of 23. So 15 jump and reach, natural fitness at 12, 13 acceleration, 13 pace, 14 stamina, 12 strength. I've scouted him, but I'm thinking of just going straight in for him now. My only thing's 4 vision, and if I'm playing as a ball playing, it might improve, but I doubt it, but it might. Let's have a look. Why is he on the free? So he played for Newcastle for years, and then he went off to Port Vale and Rangers on loan, and then he joined Port Vale on the free after. But we only played 3 games, and he played a fair few from there. Do you know what? Let's see what he wants contract-wise, because he could actually be quite good. Whoa, 1.3 grand. I can't offer that much money. Huh. Is that because I've just offered a new contract out to people, so they've taken all my wages away already? Right, walk away. Remy Street. Transfer. Oh, why can't I? Oh, I just no. I'll offer him a trial. Might never offer trials. Let's offer him a 4-week trial. We'll see what he says. Right. Next position is a right back. We've already had a look at all 3 of these players, apart from Daly. Bad stamina, pace is decent, natural fitness is decent. He doesn't look too bad, but he'll be playing at that. Technically quite good, can't cross a ball for shit though. Mentally is pretty decent as well. Work rate's pretty poor. Only 32. Nah, not happening. Okay, right, next we're going to have a look at right. We're going to do our first. Have I made anything? I've often made for Remy Street. Right. Next, we're going to have a look at the loan list. Is there anyone on a loan that would maybe consider coming to us that shouldn't consider coming to us? Firstly, we'll start at left mid. Who have we got here? We'll start at the top value-wise, off Port Vale, Christian Montano. 13 pace, 12 stamina, 13 acceleration, pretty good there. He's naturally a winger and he can play also the left wing for when we go more attacking. Passing's poor, technique's poor, first touch is poor, but he can dribble and cross a ball. Off the ball, 12, work rate 9. I'd rather a higher work rate, so we're going to go away from him. Next, Amari Patrick. Nope, look how grey that is, that's depressing. Okay, right. Let's go away from left mid at the moment. We'll go to left back where I know we're in dire need. Who have we got here? So Miles Kenlock from Ipswich looks substantially better than anything else we have at the moment. 21 years old. He's wanted by everyone. I'm going to go in on the loan offer straight away for him. I've scouted him, gone in for the loan offer. They don't require any wage contribution. I'll sign him as a first team player, and I don't want it to be terminated. There we go. Let's finalise that deal, and that's our first bit of business, Miles Kenlock. It could change. We'll carry on going down, but at the moment he's one. that I'm thinking of. Stephen Hendry, he's decent. I've seen him play in real life, he's not too bad, but statistically he's not as good as Miles Kenlock. I put a scout on Tom Field, didn't look all that much. Let's have a look who else we have. Well, that's a name and a half on it. Callum Cockerill-Millett and Jordan Norville-Williams. That's rather posh. Right, I know what I want. Edits. No, I'm going to add some attributes. So I want a good natural fitness, good stamina, acceleration and pace. If I can get all above 12, Tom Field kind of hits that, so does Stephen Hendry. Okay, Ben Williams does as well from Barnsley. Very good physicals. 10. Let's see if I can get one also. If we can put in crossing. Maybe some dribbling. Nah, fuck the dribbling, don't care about that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Tom Field's actually got physically, mentally. I've got a scout on him. We'll definitely have to judge him from there and maybe change our mind on who we've gone for. Right, so let's just remove all of this. And now what we're going to do is have a look at the centre-backs who are online at the moment. So, we'll start at the top. Cameron Burgess. Let's have a look if there's anyone stand out. Not really. So Cameron Burgess, let's have a look. He didn't look like he's too happy at his current club. He's an Australian playing for Scunthorpe. Probably because Scunthorpe's a shithole, but I could be wrong. He's been at Scunthorpe for a few years, was kind of making a key part of their 2017-18 season, and then seemingly went downhill from there. He's got great natural fitness, good stamina, good heading. Got some great stats in there that I'm definitely going to look to kind of potentially pull him in on. So we'll go down here. Tom McIntyre can cover at left back if needs be as well, which is nice. Good mentals, physicals aren't bad, good concentration, teamwork and bravery, which is kind of good from a defensive player. Strength's pretty poor for a centre back though, but he's got 12 passing, 14 heading, first touch is good. I definitely think these are a couple of players I'm going to definitely look into. Good jumping reach, I'll give him a scout, we'll see what they say. Just having a look if there's anyone jumping out to me. Right, and then what we'll do is pick. We'll base on the defensive role of a ball-playing defender on defend. Right. Is there anyone all-round 10s? Yeah, a bit bold. There we go. All-round 9s. He's literally all-round 9s. Not happy with that. Right, let's remove some of these. So, let's see if we can get someone with decent physical and technical abilities, not so much mental, and hopefully they come with them. Tom McIntyre we looked at earlier, who's got pretty all-round. How about if we... Let's have a look here. Get rid of the mentals and see technically if there's anyone overly gifted. Right, okay. That's fine. I've scoured a few. We'll come back to them few, and if hopefully you guys can recommend some on the way. And next we're going to have a look at some listed right backs. So, going on value, Osman Kakai is the best by a country mile. Very good physical stats here. Not great on strength, but very good at dribbling. Finishing's absolute dire, so that's good because he's a right back. But crossing's not great, technique's okay. Good work rate, but doesn't look good. Another Sierra Leonean. Let's have a look here. So Tyler Reid, will get a scout out on him. Once again, some very good physical stats, but technically not all there with the crossing side of things, and mentals are pretty poor as well. Who else we got? Kieran Gordon. he actually looks pretty good compared to some of the other ones, so definitely want to scout out on him. He's got some good physical stats here. He's got the stamina that I'm kind of looking for, the natural fitness above 10, which is nice, so he's definitely one we'll be considering. Right, who else is out on loan at the moment then? Who are the better players? So, I'm just having a look if there's anyone that's been around for a bit, for example, and is now appearing. Doesn't look promising, to be honest. I've already had a look at the majority, obviously, from what we've just been doing, but at the moment, it doesn't look really great. So what we'll do, we'll clear that off, tick it back on transfer, put it on a doubtful, see who would come to us, and we'll go for the first, continue with the save. So we've got our first friendly coming up at Leeds under 23s. Well, for Kenlock on loan has been accepted, which is great. So we expect to win the league this year, which I'm hoping to do. What does... Well, that doesn't actually... If you look, like, it does such little for our wage bill and our transfer budget. It really isn't worth doing, pushing extra expectation. They expect me to reach the English FA Trophy final anyway, so I may as well be winning. But for an extra £100 a week, or what's that? 115 quid a week, what's the point? And it doesn't actually up the transfer budget. That one ups it by £6 grand and £1 grand a week, but no, bare minimum expectation will be fine. So Kenlock's been accepted, and we're kind of getting the ball rolling on our season. Right, here we go. Introduce myself to the squad. Going to be... I know you haven't heard of me. No. I'm introducing myself straight up as the new manager and passionately saying we're going to go up as champions this year. And exactly what I wanted to hear, boys. So they're now on my side. We've got some great support going on, great atmosphere. Let's have a look at the dynamics and who's what. So, there's a lack of cohesion amongst the players. The team's collective mental state is extremely disappointing at the moment. This will significantly impact the players' positioning during matches. Players will experience significant issues with their visions and reactions to events unfolding. So we need to really pick that. We've come into a team that's all over the place. No one's going to work in together. So we need to really influence that and bring that up. There's a good atmosphere. Many players haven't formed meaningful relationships yet, but that's going to form over time the more we get them playing together. So, hierarchy. We don't have a team leader, and that's an issue. Hopefully Hogan or Pond can step up and lead the boys forward. At the moment, we haven't got a mass hierarchy going on, which is good. I want to be at the top of it, but at the moment we've got a lot of wet flannels in the team, and we need someone to come in and lead that. So, social groups. Who's on their own? So we've got a few players on their own, like Wiseman's alone, Whitehead, Jones, Pond, which is weird because I thought Pond would have been in there. Gaffney's on his own and Neil. But we've got some good social groups going. There's a core social group led by Walker apparently, but that's good. Everyone's extremely happy at the moment, which is good. And we've just done our first team meeting. So what I'll do is we'll see how this goes from here. Hopefully the first friendly, we annihilate the under-23 of Leeds. If we do not, we're in some major issues. If we get beaten and it doesn't look at least like we had a convincing display, we could be in some major issues and really need to change things up. So, Remy Street does not want to join. Who's bid? Balls. We're missing out on Street, who was very good, and that's kind of who I wanted. Which is a shame, and now he's going to go somewhere else, but I'll go back in for him next, in a day or two. Shelton's extended his contract, which is great. And now we're here to... Matt Green's out still for 3 months. Let's introduce ourselves to the media. So, let's attend. very excited. This is a great club, and I can't wait to get stuck in. Of course, we've got to say the chairman's on our side. If we don't, we could be in trouble. So, absolutely. Great direction. Tremendous potential. There's no point saying we're massive, it's a potential. If we said it was massive, we'd be lying. Any reservation about taking the job? No, imagine if I said yes. Chairman's going to hate me. No problems with me being young. They're a professional group. What was it about the job in particular that appealed to you? Ambition is fantastic. We're led to believe that you're very much attack-minded coach. I don't think it's the right time. I don't like discussing my tactics with the press, to be honest. I won't even look at doing that. Backroom team, I don't expect it to happen overnight, but I want to build a support team here. That is the envy of every club in the league. Time is of the essence, and I want people who are familiar with how I work so we can hit the ground running. No, I don't expect to make a sweeping change. That's probably the easiest one. I don't want to sack everyone straight away. Next season I probably will. Salford clearly have lofty ambitions in hiring you. Is said to be the latest step in meeting them. Are you the right person to deliver on their apparent promise, especially in the short term? I'm confident in my managerial skills. I'll just say I'm honoured. One of the reasons I was so keen here was because of the quality of playing squad. They're excited for a fresh start. Go for it. The fans play a massive part, of course. We're going to aim high, of course. How hard do you expect the work players? You have to work for your success. There we go. Devante Redmond. We'll be looking towards the likes of Devante Redmond. He's a tremendous player. He's great. He genuinely is very good. Liam Hogan's our captain. I haven't made any decisions regarding the captaincy yet. I haven't. And on the off chance that any agents are, I'm not prepared to talk about my transfer policy. I tend to trust my players. If you say they're welcome to come to me, and I think they really do, they come at you with every small thing and they ask everything, and it's just not on. I'm not doing that. Different managers favour different competitions. We've got to concentrate on everything than just the Vanarama National, so we will. Okay. Oh, Mark Shelton's going to become better than Gansey apparently. Devante Rodney is going to be as good as Matt Green, which is nice to know. He's got some good potential there coming through up front. And Kieran Glynn could be as good as Gansey as well. So we've got some cover here from the youngsters. We're going to try and bring through quite a bit because I want to be able to say I got to the Premier League and we had a team of youngsters carrying us there from day one. Probably isn't going to be that easy. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. We'll do one more continue, then we'll save for the day. I know we haven't made it far, but I just wanted to go through kind of what we were looking to do, having a look at the squad, have a look at some of the transfers we're going to start looking at, and then in the next save we're going to really push forward and hopefully get at least close to the beginning of the season. This bit always takes its time. Once you hit the season, next thing you know, it's game after game after game, and we can hopefully go through. Also, I was going to put forward, would you rather me film like I've done today, the entire thing, me from start to finish of my session, saying I'm playing just shy of an hour worth of gameplay where I film start to finish, or do you want me to not speak as much and kind of cut up the clips and commentate over it and say, oh, that was the friendly, I've just gone past that, let's have a look at how that went. But yeah, would you like me to say, cut it up, edit it down and say, here we go, here is an hour of gameplay throughout 2-3 hours of a session, saying we've got 5 games broken down into the highlights and everything, or do you want the whole game? Obviously, let me know what you want, and I'm more than happy to follow with whatever. From the looks here, we're doing what we need to be doing. We're having the shots. Possession, it's okay if we don't have possession. Is this what I care about? The shots. It's the conversion that's worried me. Let's have a look at the match report. So we had. Did we have many clear cut? Does it let me know that? Where do we score from? In the box. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, and analysis last match. Here we go. Can I break it down a bit more? Right, so we have 1 goal, 6 shots off target. Let's unhighlight everything. So, firstly, shots off target. That looks like it's going in, but that's obviously gone over. That one I'm concerned about, how that's gone so wide, but that's fine. Quite a few saved, which is expected, and a few blocked. But the goal coming from the penalty spot from the looks of things, so yeah, we'll have to see how it goes in our first actual game. And Adam Rooney's the goal scorer, who it probably will be quite often. Let's see if we can. Yes, they're willing to improve my backroom staff. That's always good. We've got the board on side for now until I run out of money, and then they're going to sack me. Right. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. Just double check what the post is here. But like I said, let me know kind of what you want to see. If there's anything you want me to go over more, let me know and we can go over it. Obviously, there's going to be multiple videos in this season. The only issue I kind of can find with doing these things is sometimes finding the time to do them. So what I'm going to try to do is maybe film a few episodes in one day, break them up and release them throughout a week. Would you prefer that if I released 3 episodes a week of this? And I can then each time come back to where we're going each time and just kind of have a refresher, have a chat about what happened in the last episode and go from there. What would you like? Obviously, at the end of the day, you're the people watching. What do you want to see? Well, like I say, let me know. You get to make the decisions, not me, and we can go from there. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below what you want to see. So, thanks for your time.